Well, good afternoon, everybody. I got the shade in my face, as you can see. It's Swisher Homestead here. I'm Justin.
I'm Amy.
This is the power pack here. We've been working on our garden area. Today we lined it with the plastic and our logs to fill up space in it. We're going to show you guys a picture of that so you guys can see, or a video of that, should I say.
Yeah.
Wow, a lot of work, and we're only a third of the way there.
Yeah.
A third of the way. We still got a long ways to go. You haven't watched a previous video, you know we had the storm. We used to have a tree sits right here. It's no longer there. It got taken down by the storm.
Yep.
It missed the truck and the house. How about that?
Yeah. Kind of threaded the needle between the two of them.
Yeah, we got lucky.
So we were very lucky. We feel very fortunate.
Yeah, very fortunate.
There are other people around Middle Tennessee that were not as fortunate.
Yeah,
so
we feel for you guys. Yeah. But yeah, so just been working on the garden area, getting the garden done, and I mean it's been a lot. Amy's on vacation, if you want to call it a vacation. It's a work vacation. I'm
on vacation from work, not from the homestead.
So we're going to spend probably the next week or so that she's on her vacation working on the garden, getting the stuff.
Yeah.
We are going to go ahead and fill these beds in, and we're going to dam the end of this bed so we can go ahead and get something at least started. And then as we build, we'll add and fill it in, and we'll start planting stuff. Because we don't want to miss out on the season totally. We do still want some of the season. And I do apologize about the generator, but we need that for our power to run our refrigerator and our homestead, because otherwise we'd be doing a cooler and ice, and that costs too much money. Yeah. So, and the generator runs anyway, so you might as well get the use out of it. Oh, what a day today's been. I'm telling you. Yeah. It's been a trying week. Yeah. Really, a trying week, really. So we're going to take you around. We're going to show you what we did, and kind of give you guys an insight of, you know, how you can do this. Now, purpose of doing this is long term. So we're looking at probably about 30 years. It's going to probably cost us about $3,000 when it's all said and done. But if you break that down for 30 years, it's $100 a year. How can you do that for $100 a year? Yeah,
you can't beat that.
No. Yeah. And it probably lasts longer than that.
And the food it's going to produce every year is going to more than pay for it. So it's totally worth it to spend the money to build a garden like this because of the yield you're going to get. Yeah. And, you know, there's canning involved, there's freezing involved, there's all these things that we want to do with our garden, and we both love gardening. Yeah. But this garden's going to be different this year. Yeah. And next year is going to be even bigger, because then we'll start putting in our beds on the inside. Yeah. This garden's going to be huge. Yeah, this year what we're focusing on is to get the perimeter done, and we'll plant some different things in the perimeter just to get some vegetables throughout the year. And then next year, as we build the inside beds, then we'll have beds that are focused on certain things, and then we can rotate them around through the garden. So the nutrients in each bed aren't being depleted by the same thing year after year after year. Now, some of you are going to say, you know, the plastic we used is a low grade, I forget what kind they call it, non-porous. Yeah. So there's still a chemical in everything, regardless of what you put in your garden. Even if you put, I hate to say it, the only way you're going to get away with it is putting burlap bags in the bottom and surrounding your garden with burlap bags, but that's not going to last. That'll deteriorate within 2 years, and you know you're back in it. So some of you will think, you know, maybe the black plastic wasn't a good idea, but it really is a good idea. One, it'll make the wood last a lot longer, which makes the garden last a lot longer, which, you know, it won't affect the growth of the plants. It won't stunt their growth. It won't hurt them at all. Yeah. It's a lot better than some I've seen have painted, and, you know, even with concrete, if you build your beds out of concrete has chemicals in it. I mean, everything that you're going to touch has chemicals. This was the most, how can I put it, reasonable way of doing a garden for us. This is us. So yeah, this is the way we decided to do our garden. It may not be for everybody, you know, everybody else can do their garden however they want to, but this is how we decided to do our garden. Yeah, and we did a lot of research, I mean, I've been doing research on this since fall of last year. Yeah, since about October. Yeah, when we pulled the last thing out of the garden in the fall, that was when we started doing research on what we were going to do, what we wanted to plant, and, you know.
and come up with a game plan, a design of what I liked. And I looked at a lot of different beds. This was the best design I could come up with. One, it's functional. Two, it's lasting. Three, it's less inexpensive than if I was to use the tin for the roofs.
Yeah.
That you buy at like one of the bigger hardware stores.
Yeah, big box.
Yeah, I know the tin I used here is the same stuff that they use on the roofs of houses, but I'm getting a better deal on this, and they're cutting it to my length.
Yeah.
With no extra charge, so
yeah.
every piece is cut 2 foot. It's 2 foot exact.
Yeah, local vendors are really good for doing deals like that. The level of customer service is much better.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I ordered it. They had it ready. I ordered it on Saturday. They had it ready Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
I couldn't pick it up until Tuesday. Oh well, big deal. But then I went and I picked it up. They loaded it in the back of the truck. I was off. They gave me a bag of screws. Said, "Here you go."
Yeah.
You know, you can't beat it.
That.
And this, I mean, this right here is guaranteed 30 years.
Yeah.
For roofing, it's guaranteed 30 years.
Yeah.
So I'm using it for a garden. So I'm probably going to get more than my amount of money out of it.
Oh yeah.
And the seal coat that they put on it's good. I mean, everything about this stuff is really, really good. It's the same stuff we use on our roof for our house.
Yeah.
The roof stuff for the roof of the house is a little bit different design than this stuff, but it's the same product.
Yeah.
You know, it's a matter of them pushing it through. So yeah, we've done a lot of work, a lot of work, and we're gonna keep doing it. You guys are gonna keep seeing more and more videos come in. I haven't finished up the shabby chic for the compost pile area. We're gonna do that. We'll have a video of that coming up real soon. That'd be pretty. It's just a neat idea to make it look nice over there.
So it doesn't have to look like poop.
Yeah, so it don't have to look like poop. Well, let's show you guys what we did so far in the garden area.
So some of you remember a few months ago when we went to get the wood. We bought those ricks of wood for that really great price. Some of the wood was the tree limbs. He included that in what we bought. So we've decided it takes too much to burn those. So we've decided to use those as filler in our garden. And these are 2 feet tall. So that means that we have to put about a foot of wood in the bottom of it so that we can put the rest of it with dirt and compost. And you can see we've lined it with plastic. The wood that we use for this is pressure treated, as Justin said before. And then we've got the galvanized metal up against it. The pressure treated here in the middle for supports. Those we've covered with black plastic too. You'll notice that there are some places that it didn't quite stick, so once we put the wood in, it kind of pulled it off. We'll fix that before we start putting the dirt in it. But we just kind of crisscross the wood as we put it in there, so that when we put the compost and the dirt on there, it will filter through, and then as we get rains in there, it will settle and kind of fill in where there's open spaces in between the wood. And then as you know, the years go by, the wood is going to decompose and become part of the soil, and that's the whole point of it. Yeah,
and it's less money to spend on topsoil
less money that we have to
fill this thing up, because let me tell you, this is going to be a lot of dirt, and we got 1 truckload. I think the truckload might be enough to do this one little area, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So we'll probably have about 3, maybe 4 22-ton truckloads come in of the topsoil. So before you guys start posting comments that you put the black plastic down, there's nowhere for the water to drain. Yes, there is. We cut slits in the bottom of it so that as it rains and water filters through, it'll drain out the bottom. Yeah, we also ran chicken wire underneath the plastic first before we even put this down. So there's chicken wire under there too. Yeah, so that hopefully that will keep out any animals that might want to dig in there. We hope. But if they get in, I don't really care. If they do get in and they start eating our plants and stuff, then we'll have a new video to show you. We have something that is an old-timey remedy. Yeah, old-timey remedy for having animals in your garden. Yeah, so we'll put that out and see if it works and do a video on that. But so we did, like I said, cut holes in the bottom so that the water will drain through. And it goes all the way around the corner. And so over here,
We're gonna put the things that expand. So like our zucchini and squash, we're probably gonna plant those over here. Last year we only did 2 of each plant.
That's what we'll do this year too.
And the yield from those 4 plants,
we're eating it every day.
Yeah, it was plenty. We even gave some away. So
yeah.
It was plenty for what we need.
Yep.
For our little family. So,
I mean, if we decide to start selling stuff, then we'll start selling it. You know what I mean? But
yeah, if we decide to do a market garden, then we can. That would definitely.
I highly doubt the market garden's going to happen, but
yeah,
so
probably not.
We'll go down and you kind of go through it with them about what you did and with the logs and that.
So over here it was kind of, because the logs were shorter, it was kind of hard to do kind of more of a crisscross pattern. There is kind of space to do the crisscross in there, but it was harder because the logs were rolling around because the space was bigger. But over here, we had some longer logs that we put in the bottom, and then we put short logs that were just about 2 feet, which is what the space of this bed is, crisscross this way, and then we just stacked them crisscross like this. Is that in the... So since we stacked them like this, there's going to be spaces in between that the dirt can get down in, the compost can get down in, it'll help decompose it.
Yeah.
And it'll, like I said, become part of the soil.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong. Now,
gardens.
there is no pine in this whatsoever.
No.
It is all red oak and white oak. So now you all are probably saying, why would you use red oak and white oak? Well, it's what we had and it's what we could put in there. So we put it in there.
Yeah.
There's a sprag of maybe a few pieces of cedar in there, but nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing major.
Yeah, very few logs of cedar.
Yeah.
But the cedar's from our land, so.
Yeah. So as you're gonna see some high points on the back side, on the other side of Amy, where the garden will be extended out in this direction. Well, we have truckloads of chert coming that are going to be dumped, and we're going to get this all leveled off so we can get the whole garden set up right.
Yeah.
But you know, until then, you know.
So that's why we had to stop kind of over here.
Yeah.
At the end of this run, because we have to fill in more here so that we can make, because those right there, even though it doesn't look it, those 2 on the end that are just up there right now, those are level.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look it because the ground goes down.
Yep. That's
so
we got to do a grade. Yeah.
The grade over there.
Yeah.
So that we can finish that area over there.
And probably for this year, what I was thinking about doing is I'm probably just going to throw some topsoil down right on the other side of that, and I think that's where we're just going to plant our watermelons and our cantaloupe and our pumpkins, and just throw the seeds in there and see what happens. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. It's not that wasn't a plan this year for us. Yeah. To do that, so
if they grow great,
yeah. If they don't, no big deal. Yeah. A couple of seeds. I'm only gonna plant like 5 seeds of each. Yeah.
Because
they spread.
Yeah, they're very invasive and they spread everywhere. So we don't want them to come into a garden, but I think they'll be fine over there.
So we're gonna try that and see how that works, and we'll go from there. Wow. Well, guys, you got to see some of the stuff of the garden, got to see what it looks like. It's amazing, all the stuff that we've done. You know, this has taken me about a week to build this whole situation, but now that's also a week with the storms and the tornadoes and everything else we had come through here that kind of held you back.
Yeah, a couple of days you couldn't get out here because of the storm.
Yeah, I couldn't get out here at all. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be out here.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Be out here working with metal and get struck by lightning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, who wants that? I don't want that.
No.
All right, guys. Well, you got to see what we've been up to. You got to see what we've been doing. This has been a lot of work. Like I said, if you like to, I can give you the measurements. I can give you a supply list if you want to build something similar to this. Or take my idea and run with it. Yeah. I mean, it's awesome. Garden beds. It'll work out great.
Yeah, like we said, this is how we chose to do our garden this year. And, you know, you could take our idea and do something else with it.
Yeah, different colors. Yeah. Don't have to use the same wood, you know. But just remember, anything that you buy now is going to have something in it. You cannot get anything completely and totally
chemical free.
There's going to be something.
Yeah.
You know, it might be something you don't even understand what the word is. I mean, 90% of the stuff you ever look on the back of a box, if you eat out of box meals, you don't understand half the stuff they're putting in it. We don't eat out of boxes, so Everything I try to make fresh, homemade, every day, done.
Yep.
So, well, at this point, guys, I'll tell you what, we really appreciate you stopping by. You got to see some of the stuff. We're going to have more videos on the garden. I've got a lot more to build, as you can see.
Yeah.
And we'll bring you in for that. We'll bring you in for everything. We'll bring you in for the plantings. You guys are part of the Swisher Homestead family. And we're just happy that you guys could take the time out to watch the video.
Yep.
Look, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and don't forget to tell your friends.
Yep.
The subscribe button is free. Don't forget that. It's free. Just hit it and that's it. If you don't want to watch the videos and you get bored, then move on to somebody else and come back and see what we've done in a couple of weeks. We're always doing something different.
Yeah.
Well, at that point, guys, I'm Justin.
I'm Amy.
We're the Swisher Homestead. We'll see you later. You guys take care. God bless.
Thanks for watching.
Bye now.